Hello students, today we are starting a very basic and important part of optics, fiber optics. In your syllabus, only the introductory portion of fiber optics and the understanding of optics, its construction, characteristics and working principle is included. So I will try to complete the portion of optic fiber by this lecture today. And optic fiber or fiber optic, whatever you call it, is a branch of physics where we deal with the transmission of the ray, especially optical rays, through any medium where the absorption of the optical ray is very minimum, and the working principle of the transmission is based on the total internal reflection of light. The total internal reflection of light is very basic thing that you have covered in your 10th standard or 8th standard class, where you have seen, suppose you are having two mediums like that separated by one interface, and you are having it such that n2 is the refractive index of that particular medium and n1 is the refractive index of this medium, where I know that n2 is greater than n1. There is a refractive medium, the refractive index of this medium is higher than the lower medium. So if any light is now passing from the denser medium to rarer medium, from denser medium to the rarer medium, and it is falling on the interface, if it falls with an angle above the critical angle, then it will be passing through the interface. And the condition is this angle should be equal to the critical angle. Critical angle we generally write it at theta c. Theta for the angle of incidence and C for the critical. So the definition of critical angle was that that particular angle with which the light should fall or incident on the interface in order to generate total internal reflection. And if it is falling with an angle which is higher than the critical angle, then it will be totally internally reflected. No part of the light will be transmitted through, it will be totally internally reflected. That we know the basic principle of total internal reflection. Now, as I told, the optic fiber, it is based on the principle of total internal reflection. So what is optic fiber? What is this construction, and how it is made of? Optic fiber, these are generally made of quartz. These may be made of some transparent plastic, or these may be made of some fibers, etc. Or it can be made of some glasses also. And all of them are almost most of them are almost transparent or semi-transparent. And in the construction, in the basic construction of the optic fiber, it contains mainly three parts. If I see the cross section of the optic fiber, okay, can you remember that you have ever seen any optic fiber or not? I guess you have seen some optic fiber. If you have visited any fair or something in some rural area or villages or in cities, in the footpath you generally get some decorating object like that, where from some transparent or semi-transparent fibers are going out. It looks like a flower vase, and at the bottom there is one light is glittering, but you can see light only the tips, through the tips of the fibers. And if you change the color of the light, the tips of the fibers as if they are glowing, or as if these are burning, and on the tips of the fibers you can see only the light, but no light is seen on the transparent or semi-transparent fiber. So the principle is quite like similar. This is one example of optical fiber. Suppose I am having one optical fiber like that, and at that point I am having a candle. This is one candle. At that point I am having a candle. Only the light through it will be passing by total internal reflection, and you will getting light. If you are observer here, you can see the light through this end, another end. It is the opening end and it is the closing end. You can see in this end only. No light can be seen in the bodies or in the perimeter or in the surface of the optic fiber. Not only in case of light, but only in case of any type of wave, it can be used. It can be used for transmitting any kind of electromagnetic wave. It can be used for transmitting any kind of suppose communicating signal or anything. And why it is important? Because absorption is very low. Most of the part is totally transmitted through it. So if I see the cross section, of the optic fiber, let me magnify the cross section. In the cross section, you are getting three parts. This is the first part, second part, and third part. You will be getting three parts in the cross section. What these are? The three parts are having three different names. The inner part, this is called core. This core part is the internal part. Then the next part, the second part, it is called cladding. And the outer part, this is called a jacket. Mainly in the basic principle or in the working principle, these two parts take place, this core and the cladding. The jacket is the outer cover for the protection. It is made of polymer mainly, but the mediums through which the principle of total internal reflection is applied, these are core or cladding mainly. The inner part is core, the next part is cladding. So I have to make the medium in such a way that the core part will have maximum if I say that these are N1 and N2, which should be greater? The refractive index of the inner part should be greater than the outer part in order to transmit the whole signal through it. I am coming to the principle now. So before that, let me describe what are the advantages of it. What are the main advantages of optic fiber? I'm just going through the advantages of optic fiber. You can go through any book and you can have the list of the advantages. I'm just trying to read out these things. The main advantages over the cable wire or the metal wire are: number one, it is lightweight and occupies very less space. Number two, it is more economical. Number three, no physical connection is required. Number four, transmission speed is higher. Number five, the noise is very less. Number six, attenuation is very lower. Attenuation means absorption. Attenuation is very lower. Number seven, bandwidth is very high. It can transmit the wave with very higher bandwidth. And number eight, long life. So it is economical and it is having long life. These are the main advantages of optic fiber over the metal wire or communication wire. Now I am going towards the working principle of that. Main working principle. The working principle is very simple and already I have described a little bit about it. Working principle, it depends on the total internal reflection. So let me now magnify the core part and the cladding part. Suppose this is the optic fiber, this is the inner part, this is core, and the outer jacket, this is the outer jacket, this is cladding. So core part, I am considering it is having, the core part is having suppose refractive index N1 and the cladding part is having refractive index N2. So if any signal enters the core part, it is entering the core part, it is going in this way. In order to transmit the whole signal through it by multiple reflection, I need to occur total internal reflection at that part. So immediately I need a condition, that is N1 should be greater than N2. That is, the core should be the denser medium and comparatively the cladding should be rarer medium, and the angle of incidence, if you draw one normal at that point, the angle of incidence should be greater than the critical angle of the medium. So if it is incidenting greater than the critical angle, it will be totally internally reflected in this way. Again at that particular point it is incidenting with the same angle because of geometry. So here also it is suffering total internal reflection and here also it is suffering total internal reflection. So by total internal reflection with the repetitive way, it will finally transmit through. No part of the signal will be transmitted through the cladding or will be lost. Most of the part will be transmitted through the core and it will be delivered to the other part. This is the main working principle of the optic fiber. That what you have to know first. The second thing, I will go in the construction and the classifications now. The classifications, this may be classification of optic fiber. The optic fiber may be mainly of two types. First one is called step index and the second one is called the graded index. I am describing these two classification. This may be of two types. First one is called, as I told, the first one is called step index, and the second one is called graded index. What is step indexed and what is graded indexed? This is very simple. This depends upon the construction only. The step index is the thing that I have already described. This is the core part and this is the cladding part. So if I consider this is the core and outer part is cladding, I am not repeatedly drawing the jacket because the jacket is not taking part in the communication. It is only the physical protection of the optic fiber. So let this be cladding and this is core. So if I see this is the axis, if I draw some imaginary axis of the optic fiber, suppose this is the axis. So this is the pen. What is the axis of the pen? The refill. The refill is the axis of the pen. Similarly, if I draw some imaginary axis of the optic fiber and I am going either upward direction or the downward direction from the reference point. Suppose this is the reference point, I am going upward direction. If I go towards the upward direction, how the refractive index is changing? Throughout the clothing up to that part, the refractive index is fixed. After that, as I cross the interface, all on a sudden, the refractive index is being changed. What I have written here in the refractive index, if I am going from this way to that way, gradually, what I will see from the midpoint, if I am going upward or downwards, the refractive index is same, and all on a sudden it is changing. Suppose if I draw now the change in refractive index, suppose I am drawing a graph change in refractive index. In this direction I am drawing the distance, in this direction I am drawing the refractive index. What I will see, with change in distance, the refractive index, suppose the first the refractive index like that, all on a sudden it is changing by a step. That is why it is called the step index, step indexed optic fiber, because of the construction. All on a sudden, after crossing the core, it will change the refractive index by a step. Up to that, it is suppose N1, and whenever crossing the interface, it will be converted to N2. But the graded index optics fiber, it is a little different because of its construction. The graded index optic fiber is like that. Suppose this is the core. Suppose this is the core, and this is the axis, principal axis, and this is the core part. Then there will be cladding part, but there will be no single physical separation between the core and cladding. How it will be constructed? It will be constructed in such a way that the medium will gradually change its refractive index. Gradually, it will be changing the refractive index gradually. So suppose first part is N1, then the second is N2, the third is N3, the fourth is N4, and dot dot etc. And the light from that point will first suffer a little bending, then a little bending, a little bending. Whenever it is converted into the angle, is being converted into the critical angle, then it is totally internally reflected like that. Then it is going in this way, then gradually like that. In this way also it will be bending like that. Okay, this is very simple. And because of this principle, if I now draw again the similar curve of refractive index versus distance from the axis, I am going to this part. From the axis, suppose it is x, in this direction, refractive index, you will see the refractive index is changing by some step. How the refractive index is changing? It is changing by some step. First, if you can see, first the refractive index is very high, then it is going to less, like that. So that is why it is called step index, graded index. So with different grading, it is changing its refractive index. But in the previous part, what I have shown here, N1 is less than N2, it is not correct. If you are going in this way, first step will be higher and then it will be falling down very fast on a particular step like that. But because of geometry, if you consider the mod of that, or if you are calculating the change in that, the change will be like that step. Otherwise, it will be step will be downfall. Okay, for the practical purpose of the optic fiber. So I am proceeding. Now let me write the important calculation for optic fiber. It is called the acceptance angle and numerical aperture. Acceptance angle and numerical aperture, APER. What is acceptance angle and numerical aperture for the optic fiber? Acceptance angle is that particular angle through which, if the light enters the optic fiber or if any signal enters the optic fiber in the entrance part, then it will suffer total internal reflection. Let me first sketch it. Suppose it is the core part and it is the cladding part of the optic fiber, and this part is the opening or entrance. I am drawing the axis now. This is the axis of the optic fiber. I am drawing a normal on the axis through the surface, and let this point be A. This point be A, and let this be x-axis. Now I am considering on the opening any light is incidenting with an angle alpha. This angle is alpha. With an angle alpha it is incidenting. So alpha will be called the acceptance angle, or I can accept that particular angle if, because of alpha, this signal or this light suffers total internal reflection. Now see, first I am considering the outer part or the air medium is having some refractive index n. The core part, this is the core part. The core part is having refractive index n1, and the cladding part is having refractive index n2. So passing through this point, the light will bend a little as it is going from the rarer medium to comparatively denser medium. Suppose it is bending in this way, and at that particular point again I am drawing another normal. So I am considering first the light is totally internally reflected from this point. It is going in this way. Now consider this angle is beta and this angle is theta. So what is my requirement actually? I have to make this theta at least of the order of critical angle. So theta should be theta c in order to accept the incident angle alpha here. So you can see that alpha, beta and theta all are related to each other. How? If I change the value of alpha, this beta will be changing. If I change the direction of this angle of incidence of the signal incidenting on the opening of the optical fiber, then the value of alpha will be changing and correspondingly the value of beta will be changing. If I change the value of beta, corresponding value of theta will also change. And how beta and theta are related? Beta, you can consider this angle. Suppose I am considering this angle, this point is A, this point is B, and this point is C. So the angle ABC, for this angle I can write this angle is 90 degree. So theta will be equals to 90 degree minus beta. Simple. I hope you are getting the point. And I can write when alpha is tending to alpha A. Alpha A is the acceptance angle. A for acceptance. Alpha equals to alpha A. Then theta is equals to theta C. So I have to develop a condition that for which these conditions will be satisfied. So I am considering first alpha equals to alpha A, and that for theta will be equals to theta C. So the corresponding value of beta will be equals to 90 degree minus theta C. That you have seen. If you see beta this side, it will be 90 degree minus theta C when this condition is being satisfied. This is a required condition for optical fiber. For total internal reflection, this condition should be satisfied. So again I am writing when theta equals to theta C, then first I am applying Snell's law at point A. Snell's law at point A. At this point I am applying Snell's law. When theta equals to theta C, then alpha equals to alpha A, that I know. I am applying Snell's law at the point A. So at the point A I can write sine of alpha A, sin I by sin R actually, divided by sine of beta, that will be equals to mu R, relative refractive index, that is equals to n1 by n. What is n1? Refractive index of the core. What is n? Refractive index of the outer medium or air medium. So from that I generate the value. From this equation I generate the value of sine of alpha A, that is equals to n1 by n into sine beta. And what is the value of beta? The value of beta equals to 90 degree minus theta C. So it will be sine 90 degree minus theta C, that means cos theta C. So it is n1 by n into cos of theta C. Again I am applying Snell's law at point B. Again application of Snell's law at point B. So at point B, this point, what I am getting? Sin I by sin R. Then what is angle of incidence here? Here the angle of incidence is theta C now. Sin theta C divided by sine of, what will be the value of R? Sin 90 degree. Why? Because this is the condition of critical angle. Then when it is equals to critical angle, the light will be passing through the interface. Then the angle of refraction that will be equals to reflection or refraction, whatever you call, it is 90 degree. So sin theta C by sin 90 degree, that will be equals to n2 by n1. So what I am getting from that? I am getting from this equation, the final result is sin theta C, sin 90 degree equals to 1 equals to n2 by n1. So if it is the value of sin theta C, then what will be the value of cos of theta C? Cos theta C will be whole to the power of 1 minus n2 square divided by n1 square. So I am putting this value of cos theta C here in this equation. If I put this value here in this equation, what I will be getting finally? I am getting finally a beautiful condition. The condition is sine of alpha A, that is equals to this n1 by n whole to the power of 1 minus n2 square divided by n1 square. Okay, now alpha A, the acceptance angle, will be equals to sine inverse n1 by n whole to the power of 1 minus n2 square divided by n1 square. This is the result for acceptance angle. Acceptance angle, the calculation is very simple. You can calculate it your own. Just I am putting the value of cos theta here, and from that I am getting the value of the angle of acceptance angle like that. It's simple. A numerical aperture, it is written as NA, numerical aperture. Its value equals to sine of theta A or sine alpha A, whatever you call it, sine theta A or sine alpha A, and its value will be equals to whole to the power of sorry, its value is sin theta. Sin theta, if its value will be equals to whole root over of n1 square minus n2 square divided by n. This numerical aperture. So I am proceeding further towards the concluding part. The final part contains that what are the reasons that I do not get ever the whole signal in the transmitting end because of some loss. What are the losses in case of transmission? Suppose I am having an optic fiber like that. Suppose the signal strength here is 100, any unit 100. So because of the construction and principle of optic fiber, I should get 100 unit in the emitting end also. That is generally I should expect, but I do not get ever the 100% efficiency for optic fiber because of some major points. These are the microscopic and macroscopic change in the physical properties inside it. There will be some microscopic and macroscopic changes in physical properties of the material with which the optic fiber is made of. Then absorption and scattering, a little part will be absorbed practically, not theoretically, little part practically, little part will be absorbed and little part will be scattered. And there may be some fiber to fiber connection. Optic fiber is made of some fiber. There may be some fiber to fiber connection. There will be a little loss in the transmitting signal. These are the main reason. And you can write the equation that what part will be transmitted through, and if you consider any coefficient or attenuation coefficient, suppose I am considering some attenuation coefficient or absorption coefficient. Suppose I am considering any absorption coefficient, suppose it is tau, any absorption coefficient. So I can generate the equation like that. Suppose this is the optic fiber, material of the optic fiber, and in the entrance the signal strength is suppose it is P0, and in the emitting end the signal strength is P, and this in this direction the length is increasing. So I can write this equation as dP dl, there is rate of loss, that will be equals to proportional to P. And if you eliminate this proportionality sign, you can write dP dl is equals to minus tau into P. Why the minus sign is coming? Because of some loss. So you can introduce minus sign here also. Then from this equation you can write dP by P equals to minus tau into dl, and finally integrating both the sides you can get the value of ln P equals to minus tau into L plus any constant, a constant term. You can write this constant term as suppose ln C, and now you have to find the value of ln C. How you can find the value of ln C? You put the boundary conditions when L equals to 0, at L equals to 0 at this particular point. If you put L equals to 0, then the value of P equals to P0. So putting that, you can get the boundary condition, that is ln C is equals to actually ln P0. So in this part you are getting ln P0, you are writing ln P by P0 equals to minus tau into L. You are getting ln P by P0 equals to minus tau into L. So P equals to P0 e to the power minus tau into L. This is the absorption equation. From that you can get the value of absorption coefficient also. And if you write this in the not in the form of ln, if you calculate it in the form of log, then the equation would have been PL equals to P0 10 to the power minus tau L by 10. If you calculate it in terms of log instead of ln, then the equation will look a little different, but the principle is same. And these are the main reason for absorption. The absorption coefficient, if the value is given and the length of the optic fiber is given, you can easily calculate that what amount of signal or what strength or what unit of the signal will be transmitted through the other end. So with that, I conclude the optic fiber is very beautiful thing to learn and to understand, and after that it will be followed by some transmission and electromagnetic transmission through optical fiber, the joining of optical fiber, the how the you can do some physical connection with optical fiber, but fortunately or unfortunately this is not included to a syllabus. As of I know, this only preliminary and basic thing of optic fiber is included. You can expect some short questions or some a numerical problem from optic fiber following this equation, following the equation of this angle of acceptance, or following the equation of numerical aperture. You can expect some 1 or 2, 3 problems of multiple choice problem like that. So I think it is enough for you, and with that I conclude. I hope you understood this video, and if you have any confusion or question, please message me or WhatsApp me. I will try to make you understand or clear your confusions. Thank you.